Opening with the queen's pawn controls the center and usually leads to a more positional development of the pieces. The Indian game begins by controlling the important e4 square with the knight, rather than a pawn. c4 builds a strong center by controlling the important d5 square and creates a square for the knight to come to c3 without blocking the c-pawn. e6 opens up a line for the dark squared bishop and prepares to castle quickly, while preparing to push a pawn to d5 and recapture with a pawn if captured. Nf3 develops toward the center, putting pressure on the e5 square and adding another defender to the d4 pawn. The queen's Indian defense prepares to fianchetto the light squared bishop on b7, where it will have influence on the long diagonal. g3 prepares to fianchetto the light squared bishop on g2, where it will sit on the long diagonal. ba6 immediately attacks the undefended c4 pawn, hoping to provoke b2-b3. qa4 develops the queen, defends the c4 pawn and attacks the bishop on a6. c5 gains space in the center, attacks the d-pawn and controls the b4 square. bg7 puts the bishop on the long diagonal in a move called a fianchetto. bb7 retreats the bishop to defend the long a8h1 diagonal. dxc5 captures the pawn, releasing the central tension. Takes back. Castling gets the king to a safer square, out of the center of the board, while also developing a rook. Castling kingside tends to be safer because the king is further from the center. This develops a bishop off its starting square, getting it into the action. This develops a knight off its starting square, getting it into the action. It is the last book move. This activates a queen by developing it off of its starting square. It is best balanced, neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening.